Who are these two people and what happened?
So the two guys are Abe Zaynes and Mayor Hurwitz. They grew up in Brooklyn in sort of isolated, ultra-religious communities. And they'd had some odd jobs, some successes, but their business really got started when they were recruited to work in a boiler room full of teenagers like them in downtown Manhattan. These guys were all working the phones all day, making lots of money, selling what's called, what you said, merchant cash advance.
What is a merchant cash advance? How does that work?
Basically, they'd call up a bodega, a contractor, someone like that. They'd say, hey, you need any money for your business? I can get you 10 grand. A lot of people are going to say yes. But the offer that they'd give them is that they would have, if you borrow 10 grand, you have to pay back, say, 15 grand in 3 months.
So these are exorbitant levels of interest. This is unregulated and legal.
Yes. In New York, it's a crime to charge more than 25% a year interest. But this is legal because the way that they present it is that it's not a loan. They're buying the money that the business will make in the future, but at a discount.
Hence the cash advance concept.
Yeah. I mean, it may sound like sophistry, but this works in court. It's legal. And these guys just discovered the potential of it about 10 years ago in this boiler room.
All right. Now, in this land of potential, they did actually very well, right? They made decent money. How much did they make, and then what did they do with it?
So the craziest part is that these guys went on from this first job to start their own company. It really took off, and they decided to sell. And when they did, lots of big funds on Wall Street were interested. They met with Goldman Sachs. They ended up selling to a private equity fund called Capital Z for what I'm told was a total price of $60 million, with some of it deferred.
Okay, so these two gentlemen, they start this cash advance business. They end up getting, what, $60 million, maybe $60 million for their business, right?
Yeah. And
okay, then what happens? What kind of lifestyle are they leading? Because I understand that's a point of the story, too. They're in Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah, so I went down to visit them there. They moved there last year. They live in this mansion on top of a hill that they treat basically like their frat house. The two guys are best friends, they're business partners, and housemates. While I was there, they had 3 girlfriends visiting them. They're just drinking all day, golfing.
I understand that they even have an actual throne to sit on. They have a life-size model of a lion, for example.
That was at the boiler room in their office. That did not make it down to Puerto Rico.
So what is the upshot of all this? I mean, have they spent the money? What are they doing now?
No, I mean, they seem like they're a little bored of living in Puerto Rico and that they're looking for their next thing. They're actually, even though they're living this hedonistic lifestyle, they're very thrifty, and I don't think they've wasted nearly any of the money. So it'd be interesting to see what they decide to do next.
Well, that may be part 2 of the story. All right, thanks very much. Zeke Fox joining us from Bloomberg Business Week.